Woo. Morning check-in. Some morning check-in. Woo. Yesterday was a blast in sports. Yesterday was a blast. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. Sunday Madness was excellent. Shouts out to Hannibal and everybody. It was a great discussion. I had a troll try to come up and try to talk to me. I done blocked his ass. That's a troll. He's wanting attention. He ain't gonna come back no more. Fuck him. You know, I'm tired of these damn trolls, man. That shit's gonna end. They're looking for a home, man. Not with that weird shit, but embracing to being an independent thinker will be tonight. I'll be going live around 7 something. I'll keep my mind right. But yeah, last night, two great games. I did see the Buccaneers and the Rams. That's a classic. But the Rams, only reason they won is Matthew Stafford, but they're not beating the 49ers. I got the 49ers winning that. 49ers are a better team. Rams ain't winning shit. Because 49ers beat the Rams. Good morning. I am listening. Yeah, I don't pick the 49ers on that because Garoppolo, 49ers got good defense. I don't trust the Rams. Matthew Stafford and the lights and pressure, nah, they ain't winning shit. Fuck out of here. It's going to be, and the Bengals beat the Chiefs in regular season. Joe Burrow surprised me the other weekend, Saturday. The Titans' weakness is the quarterback. And the reason they lost, they had a good defense, but that quarterback is what hurt them. And I felt like Tannehill's like a wide receiver. And shout out to Aries saying that. He said that yesterday over at Oni's panel, and I said, yeah, that's his weakness. He's going back to his Miami ways. And Titans going to have to get rid of the quarterback, period. That's what's going to have to save them because the Bengals got an all-around team. This is like the 80s. What's going on, 1G? Salute. And this is all-around team like the 80s. The last time the Bengals went further into the Super Bowl was like 80-something with the 49ers and shit. Yeah, that can be a Super Bowl. I'm just saying, Bengals or 49ers. Some people try to say Chiefs and Rams. That ain't going to happen. It could be the Bengals and the 49ers. I'm calling it because it could be the 80s. That's what the media want. And I'm not surprised the Bills lost yesterday in a tough game. They could have had that game, but the Chiefs, their offense is what sells them, but they ain't got no defense. Bengals is the only team that can maintain Patrick Mahomes. We'll see what Patrick Mahomes does because he's been to the Super Bowl. So a lot of people think it's the experience and all that. That don't mean shit. It's the pressure. Because the experience goes to the 49ers, not the Rams. I say the 49ers coming out NFC because I believe Garoppolo done been. He's seen what it's like because they can win the Super Bowl. It's a possibility because the Shanahans, they're good coaches because his father won one with the Broncos. Think about it. It's in his blood, man. They're gonna win that. It's gonna be some calls that y'all ain't gonna like. Because that's next Sunday. Because I'm going to be off next Sunday because I'm not going to stream until next month. So y'all see the schedules, how I'm going to come back. But I do believe the Bengals is a better team than the Chiefs. The Chiefs is an excellent team. They can beat the Bengals with easy on offense, but defense, they got to show up. Because if they start getting lackluster, there's a lot of weaknesses in their shit against the Bills, and the Bengals are studying. They're not the experienced team, but if they ever go to the Super Bowl, it's history. So Bengals tried. But if Bengals ever win a Super Bowl, they try to compare that boy to Joe Namath. That's a big reach by Terry Bradshaw. I didn't like that comparison. He said that after the game against the Titans. That's a big reach. That's too early. I can't give him that. That's how I have to disagree with the former Steelers legend. I can't. No, I don't see that in him. If he was Joe Namath, he would really do some damage the way the NFL was back then. You can say the talking shit, yes, but not. I don't see that. I have to see it first. Because he won 2 Super Bowls, and after that, you don't want to put that curse on him. Because see, what media do, they put curse on teams. Cincinnati, if they win 2, if he's like a Joe Namath, that will kill their franchise. And they'll be the sorriest team in history. You don't want to go back to that where y'all used to be in the 90s. It'll be worse than that. See, the Jets are struggling. I'll be surprised they'll be a future team in the future and try to get better. All these teams are going to be trash forever. I'm trying to tell you, the leagues want to see better teams. NFL's weird like that. NFL's the only league that can allow teams to improve. NBA's not like that. It's dominating. It's too much talent and ownership, sneakers and shit. And I was looking at that. I was like, man, that's crazy. But shouts out to Book of Ronan for a stream last night. Excellent stream, good build. Brothers was talking about different political views, and I think Mofax was saying, I kind of disagree with him on the leadership part. The family structures, we got it, bro. Like, what he's talking about is integral shit. When you talk about family, it's really our fault. It's not the women's fault. That's just a cop out. See, the problem is with dudes like that, I don't take seriously. He's coming from a defeatist mindset. I ain't like how he said that. No, you need leadership. That's how you rule, and women want leadership. They whatever we do, they do. I try to tell these niggas that they so goddamn hard headed. They don't know that leadership matters. It matters, no matter what it is. That's how you get through. And then if you're a figurehead, like the dude was saying, what's his name, Wiggly. Wiggly was kind of off on the other shit, but I agree with him on some things. He had a point about the leadership part and the political part, and that's one thing we can agree on. We can go out there if he wants to go to the politics. I've heard his type before, the arguments and shit like that. He's them types. But I think he's coming from just do it. Salute, Ronan. He's coming from that angle, and I feel like I've heard it before, and I think that's the best way to look at his argument. If you look back at him on the string, you'll be like, yeah, he has some points. There's no hate to the guy. I just think he's coming from that position. But the other guy, Mo Fax, he had that defeatist mindset. There's no hate to him. I know where he's coming from. We should, look in and watch up, but it's no time. It's only a handful people can do that. Not everybody's meant to have families, but the ones that do, you got to structure right. And then the leadership comes with you. You lead the household, but next step, you got to produce that. Because then you're going to be pressured how you lead your people. Now, I understand he loves his kids. Both of them love their kids, but shouts out to him. That was a good discussion. I think Dre was pointing out and things like that. It's an excellent discussion. I would love to join it again, but for me, you can have those conversations like that, but it's a lot of them is needed. But a lot of people get upset when you have two men can respectfully disagree on leadership. And I said this before on streams, what takes leadership? Yeah, it takes a lot, man. You got to take risks. People don't care if you get hurt. You just got to show them people respect you. See, leadership is a big, risky talk. And once you go this walk, and I think Mo Fax did. He said it. I believe he said that. And I like how he said it. I like how he said that first argument. This walk is a journey. And he's right, because I took this path with this channel. My first channel was entertainment, by the way. It got flagged when I was trying to transition into this. When you're on this walk, you're by yourself. Ain't nobody there to help you. I want your ass gone. So I'm surviving on this channel based off my content, what I can produce. You can transition. That's what I love to do. You can, but I'm doing that now with the elections in Georgia. In 2022, it's gonna be wild this year. This year is gonna be wild. It's a wild year. The election's here. Yeah, man. It's gonna be fun 2022. It's a fun year. Yeah, man. Because you try when you do politics, I participate in the voting process, talk to people, senators and things like that. I would try to get in contact, try to do the things. And it helps. It helps. But when you got guys that comes from that angle, and he has some good points, I understand. And I heard it before I joined the link. I said, okay, he's talking about actually doing it in a process that's tangible. See, he's talking about tangibility. The other one was talking about actually practical things to do with the leadership part and the political parts. They both had the same arguments, but if you put it together, they just disagree how you apply it. So them two is coming from a good place. What is really to me wasn't no right and wrong. What they went wrong at, they should have agreed on one thing. You got to produce something, and that helps. And what they was coming with, I said the same thing on every stream last year. What they's coming from, but it's understandable because I understand people gonna have their little passionate beliefs, and that's just what it is. You know, me and Dre talk about this all the time. Dre will do what the fuck he's gonna do. But the American part, we all agreed on. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Most people don't acknowledge that because they pro-black, but the American part, yeah, that's understandable. He's speaking on a nationality type thing, and I agree with that. Because nationality, it matters in some degree, but not all the time. But it is what it is. Some people ain't gonna agree with that. That's on them. But I'm saying, I think part of the reason I might have to talk about that tonight. Part of the reasons they're ashamed of themselves of being there because of the history of this country, how they did us. It's the hatred. So that shit fucks with people's heads. And that's why a lot of people don't want to acknowledge it being American. Specifically us. Specifically us. And the reason being is they want it gone. It's like that scorched earth, revolutionary anarchist type behavior. And I talked about anarchism recently. And Cerulean broke that down, and it is what it is. And we're gonna talk about egalitarianism this Wednesday and go in depth on what it is. I'm just gonna give you the philosophy basis and then move the fuck on. That's it. So, yeah, I get these bots. It's a good thing. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm in the clear. So, okay, they tell me to keep going. Okay, I'm approved like that. But like I said, man, the discussion was great. Just even mine the other day with Hannibal, we talked about sports a little bit because the playoffs is just getting spicy. But I think what we're gonna see in these two conference championships is very telling. But people want the Chiefs. The fans, I'll say it like this: from a fan perspective, they want the Chiefs and the Rams. But to be honest with you, the media wants the Bengals and the 49ers. That's a classic team in the 80s. I see that could be a Super Bowl. And the reason I say that, Garoppolo is the guy. Because I will never will see a Ram win. This is why. Rams are trash. Rams was good in St. Louis. They'll never win one in LA. I'm just telling you like it is. They're not. The LA Rams is not good enough. Matthew Stafford is one of the worst quarterbacks in history. He can't even handle under pressure. The only reason he won, yeah, he sees that too. Yeah. I don't see him winning. But like he's inexperienced too. They have an inexperienced quarterback. That's what's gonna hurt the Rams. The Rams are just overrated. Should have stayed in St. Louis. They would have been solid. They won one when it was the St. Louis Rams, but the Rams, they've always been trash to me. I never liked the Rams. See, the NFC West, I've always picked the Niners. I'm not a big fan of that whole thing, but if I have to pick a team that's good, it'd be the 49ers. And after that, it will be um, the Seahawks and then the Rams. Those are your best teams. The Cardinals are just trash to me. That's the worst. I'm not an NFC West fan. I like the AFC West mostly. Just two teams. It'll be the Raiders and the Broncos. But my favorite team, all of NFL, is the Eagles. I'm an NFC East person. That's just me. Yeah, what's going on, Mace? Yeah. 49ers and Bengals goes back to the 80s. I think my dad was saying that in a playoff game. We was talking about that this weekend. He said, yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those Super Bowls, and it's scary because Joe Burrow ain't no joke. Ain't no bet on that. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is good. Don't get me wrong. That's the experience, but you can't say that because the experience goes to what 49ers. Because I feel like NFCs is pulling it out. Yeah, injuries aside, they're solid. Yeah, I love the Eagles. I've always had and always will. I stuck by them since the 90s. What's going on, DS1? Salute. Yeah, appreciate you too, Mace. But yeah, it's just what it is, man. But I see Patrick Mahomes. They should win that game. But to be honest with you, whoo, the Bengals, what they did to the Titans is close, and it's not fair because then they try to give him that Joe Namath title. I don't see that. I don't see that, man. Bengals ain't no joke. They're lucky. They should have won that game. They should not won that game against the Titans, but they better be lucky they're playing the Chiefs because the Chiefs will give them that offensive power. But my problem with them is they're not a good offensive team. But if they show me something in Arrowhead, that's nothing to play with, man. That's nothing to play with. But we seen the Chiefs and the 49ers before. We seen that. The Rams, not so much. Nobody wants to see the Chiefs and Rams, to be honest with you. That's a fan talking. A lot of people think that's going to be the Super Bowl. That's not. No. It's going to be the 49ers and the Bengals. That's just me. Because I feel like the 49ers is the experienced team. Should beat the Bengals. Because this is going to be like the 80s all over again. Because it's a repeat. If you notice, every Super Bowl and NBA Finals based off the 80s and 60s and all that shit, classic teams. And there's some money behind that. Garoppolo and Burrows, man. Yeah, it's a tough place to play. Yeah, see, that's why Kansas City has the advantage. But they ain't got no defense. They never did. They've always been an offensive team. You can have a mediocre defense and win the Super Bowl. We've seen that with Kansas City. So can they do it again? I don't think so, man. They can be beat. This is the NFL. That's why you can't go by experience in the NFL because NFL is tricky. You got to go by which team is going to come out the best because they playing for a bowl. See, 49ers is where it is. The Shanahans. That's what I'm going by. Who's done it? The front office. That's how you build your team and your whole team works together. That's how sports teams run. Yeah, cheese heads. Oh, Green Bay. Yeah, yeah. Green Bay. Oh, Green Bay's a mess. Rodgers act like he don't want to stay there, but yeah, Green Bay's not bad. Not a big Packers fan, but I say, hey, look, Rodgers go, Green Bay's in rebuild. So Rodgers, I think I spoke this yesterday with my pops, and I think I spoke this to Dre, and I said his best bet is Denver. He got the options with the Saints, Raiders. He's got several teams uh, he could go to, but I don't know about Rodgers. But I told A&T he's not going no damn Steelers. That's like Green Bay. He ain't going no damn Steelers. I don't see him when the Steelers are. No, Steelers is terrible. Let them die. I wouldn't trust Aaron Rodgers in Tennessee. I wouldn't see him in there either. No, that's too cold. Like it says warm. No, it's too cold. Yeah, so it's the front office politics. Yeah, that's that right there. That's true, and it's also Aaron Rodgers is leaving. I mean, that's his last year in Green Bay. I don't see him coming back to Green Bay because he acted like he didn't want to play. I saw that game, man. Yeah, same with Chicago. Yeah, he can't play that same division. If I was Aaron Rodgers, he saw what Brady did. Go to a war. Yeah, he is out. Yeah, he's gonna go to places warm. I say New Orleans is a better bit. And Sean Payton um, did not resign with the Saints as a coach, so they try to get Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of teams that want him. Raiders, Broncos, Saints. There's several other teams. It's ridiculous. Like he's that guy. He's that guy that they want. He better not go to Washington. Though. I don't see him going there. See, he has to look at what's going to be safe for him. Colts and Titans, they want him, but I wouldn't go to neither one of them. But Colts is decent, but the Titans, nah, I wouldn't see that. I don't think he would like Nashville like that because him, that's going to be hell for him. But I don't know, man. You got to give him something. Tennessee got to give him something because you got all them good players, man. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you, DS1. Yeah, he is. He is. And it's going to be hard for him to go to these teams in cold climates. Denver is his best fit, to be honest with you. They need a quarterback. I just don't see him go any further than after that. Yeah. So when I look at Aaron Rodgers in that game, it just tells it all for me. I see him go to Denver. That's my pick. I thought about New Orleans. That's a warm because he's doing what Brady did. He's pulling a Peyton when he goes to Denver, but he's pulling a Brady. He goes to the Saints. See, Brady can retire any day now. I don't know when. I'm not shocked when Tampa Bay lost. You know what the secret? What the Rams did? They put pressure on that team. They had no choice. See, Brady was about to come back and beat them. Use the officials. That didn't work. See, they won it last year. See, so I'm saying the pressure of the NFC. When you play against guys like Brady and his team, they'll frustrate you, man. Yeah. He said, "Where do y'all see Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson?" Deshaun Watson, I see him with the Titans. There's a lot of teams that want it. Every team won it. We discussed that other day on this. I see him with the Titans. Russell Wilson, not so much. He can go to the NFC East. I see him go to probably the Giants or the Falcons or whatever, because I don't care for Russell Wilson. No, he couldn't. Brady was too busy. He was sluggish. What I saw yesterday, he was sluggish. He wasn't the same. He's already been battered. He ain't the same player what he once was. Like he's through. He should sit down, to be honest with you. Tampa Bay's fine. They just need another quarterback. They just need another quarterback. Neither do, but Russell for the payday. Yeah, he's going for a payday. I don't see him going back to the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson's overrated, me. I'm sorry. I see him go somewhere else. Yeah, he did. I see Russell Wilson go to these weak teams, man. He goes to the Giants, Panthers, any team, and probably the AFC. If he wants to stay in the West, AFC West, there's Raiders. I mean, he can go to Vegas to save some money. But I see him go to the Falcons, though. He's that type of player that they want. That'd be funny if he did came to the Falcons. I mean, he fits right in the community in Atlanta, so it ain't. Because Sierra's from Atlanta, right? Yeah. I see him go to the Falcons. They need a quarterback, too. They get rid of all of them they got in Atlanta. I see Russell Wilson come to Atlanta because that's good. Buffalo is still a problem for years to come. Yeah, they've always have been. They're always a heartbreaking team. They just got, what's his name? Josh Allen. They're a good team. They don't need a quarterback. Problem with them is it's just the Bills. It's just the Bills. Bills should have beat the Chiefs. See, a lot of people think the Bills would beat the Bengals. And I tell people I disagree. If Joe Burrow would have won it straight up, he had to beat the Bills. Think about it. The Bills would have been like the Titans. Think about it. They'd have fucked them up. Joe Burrow gets right back up and start throwing. See, the Chiefs is the challenge. Mahomes. Everybody's gonna pick the Chiefs. I don't know about that game because in my mind, I want the Chiefs to win. But in my heart, I think the Bengals got it. Defense. Because Joe Burrow's going to stay on the field less. But probably on it more. Yeah, he's like, I don't want him with that Jim Kelly effect. Jim Kelly's going to mess him up. It's just that pressure of being a Bills person. The Bills, it's just they got a solid team. I just don't see him back in the Super Bowl in years, man. That team is tricky for me. I don't see them going further in the future like that. But Josh Allen's got to learn this is it. His biggest hurdle is going to be Kansas City and Cincinnati. Cincinnati ain't no joke. Tennessee's a good team. So you got about 4 teams is good. The Raiders not so much. It's too much competition in the AFC. See, the NFC ain't really not much to talk about. Yeah, my Eagles is very solid. Jalen Hurts, I give him 4 to 5 years. Yeah, defense definitely wins. Yeah, the Bengals got good defense. They can hit. They can hit those guys. I just don't see Cincinnati losing a game like that because they beat the Chiefs before in regular season. But it's gonna take a lot to beat Mahomes. Mahomes is tough. They're not gonna hurt him as much. They're just gonna pressure him. He'll throw an interception. Yeah, the game of the year was the Bills and the Chiefs. That's the game of the year. He said Wilson equals Saints. A lot of people want him to the Saints. I don't see that, man. But I do kind of hold on. Okay, what it may say Saints. I do see that. Hold on. Yeah, I do see that. I think Sean Payton will want him, but he really wants Rodgers technically. Broncos, I see. Yeah, Rodgers because LA. Cole. Steelers, Raiders equals. He said Watson equals Steelers or Raiders. I see Watson with the Titans. That'll work. Raiders, Saints, I've heard. Redskins, known as the Washington team. Dolphins, I don't see him with the Dolphins. Dolphins wasn't able to handle. I don't think he'll look. He's not. They're not contenders, but Dolphins are decent. They'll be all right. I don't see them as a contender though. That'd be interesting if he went to Miami because I would love to see Deshaun change that franchise if he wants to build and just build off of him. But there's several teams that want Watson. I've heard Titans want him. There's a lot of teams that want him, but I don't know what the Titans want. That's the problem. If they don't want Watson, they get somebody else. Yeah, they miss us out. The Dolphins gonna be fine. Miami's it's just like that. Not everybody is cut out to play for the Dolphins like that. They haven't shown me nothing since Marino. I don't know what happened to Miami. I'm not a big Dolphins fan. I tell people that all the time. But Dolphins, they had some teams. I remember seeing Dan Marino live in 2001 when I was younger in Titans Stadium. He killed us, even though I'm not a Titans fan. And when he played live, he was the same Dan Marino. He was on the decline. He's gone past the yeah. But you say Watson with the Steelers, let me tell you something. I agree with the Steelers part. He will look better in the Steelers jersey. I don't. Something tells me the Steelers want Watson, and I'm thinking Mike Tomlin. If he's a black quarterback, yeah, I would love to see that. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? If he wore the Steelers jersey, they'll get behind us. It's kind of like what he had in Houston. Think about it. Houston was blue collar. Pittsburgh, yeah, I see him with the Steelers. Deshaun Watson. But the scary thing is the Saints. I don't know, man, because they got 3 options: Rodgers, Wilson, and Watson. There's so many good quarterbacks. See, so much to choose from, man. Tannehill's out. If I was Tennessee, I'd get rid of Tannehill. That's what killed them. Vrabel's got to be smart. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know who's going to sign, but yeah, I can see him in Pittsburgh too. I forgot about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would be a great fit for Watson. That's just me. I picked the Steelers. Picked the Steelers for him. I don't know about to say. Saints is a tough sell. Morning, Hannibal. That's a tough sell to me. That's a tough sell to me with that. Pittsburgh can sell it better. Saints, knowing them, they want Rodgers and Wilson. That's gonna be the struggle. Seattle's gonna get a different quarterback. They in rebuilding. Green Bay, they gonna draft them a quarterback. Cleveland's fine where they at. They just trash right now. They had a guy was walking naked in a kid's place. That's another L for the Browns. Shouts out for the record TV. And it's ridiculous at this point. You can't just do dumb shit and your team's trying to cover for you. Browns is just terrible. They're fucking terrible, bro. Like that's why I call them the fake Cleveland Browns. They was created in '99, but the original Cleveland Browns is the Ravens. But that's a whole nother topic. I ain't gonna get into that. The Ravens, they're fine where they at. Yeah. A lot of these teams is fine where they at. Just get some pieces and move on. Kansas City's good. Yeah, they always have been. NFC North is kind of tricky because the Bears is not doing good. Same with the Baltimore Colts. Yeah, that's the original Baltimore Colts. Yeah, me and my dad told those stories years ago in the 2000s. He was telling me the history of teams. And the reason they moved to Indianapolis, I forget the story. And Baltimore had to suffer. And once they got the Ravens, it was over. It's the next great quarterback in Green Bay. You sure, Mace? Yeah, I heard about him. He's pretty good. Well, Green Bay's fine then. They'll probably drop another quarterback behind him. But Green Bay's gonna be fine. I just don't see them as contenders, but they're not a bad team. Green Bay's weird like that. Green Bay is like Pittsburgh sometimes. Those colors itself, those teams like that, they usually be on top anyway. But Cincinnati ain't no joke. Yeah. Yeah, he's the answer. Yeah. But Cincinnati, man, I'm impressed with Joe Burrow, man. I don't see how they did it. I mean, I'm glad they got what's his name, Andy Dalton. I'm glad to get rid of his ass. Yeah, they solid this year. It is scary, man. They've always had a good defense, but their offense has been mediocre for years and years. And he's that guy, man. If Joe Burrow plays like he plays, I'm not saying he's a Namath. That's a reach by Terry Bradshaw. I didn't like that comment he made. That got me tight because I respect that guy from the Jets. No, Joe Namath was the truth. He did it right. You can't compare him to that. No, Burrow's is different. He was a Joe Namath L. You could predict it every year. It don't work that way. Yeah, he's always been ass. Yeah, he has weapons. He played with one in college. I remember LSU. They beat the Clemson Tigers. They beat my Tigers. I always like Clemson in football. But damn, it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna be about in the next few years. But I will pick Cincy to beat the Chiefs if the Chiefs don't really show up. But here's the thing about the Chiefs: Chiefs can win that game. Everybody's gonna pick the Chiefs because of Mahomes and Hill and Kelsey and the head coach and the organization, but they're not gonna pick their defense though. The defense is good. It ain't great, but that defense got to play like they did with the Bills. And here's the secret about the Chiefs: they can have a mediocre defense and win a Super Bowl. I've seen that. They shut me up when they won the Super Bowl, and I wasn't a Chiefs fan. I never liked the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are a decent team. So the pressure is they got a great quarterback. That's the pressure what Kansas City has. Kansas City's not a bad team. They just need a better defense. They get a better defense, that'd be tough to beat. That'd be tough to beat. They got to be like Cincy. Cincy's an all-around team. And all-around teams do get beat. You just got to catch them on their best day. Who wants it bad? 49ers is another all-around team. Is good. So, yeah, man. I picked the 49ers beat the Rams. And I'm saying that because Garoppolo, man, he got to show up. If he shows up and outperforms Stafford's going to go back to the Detroit Lions. So I don't see him. The lights is too much. It's too much pressure to get to see. It's a championship game. No, he's no name. That's a reach. Yeah, they did. The Chiefs seem to play better from behind. Well, that's the Chiefs. Chiefs play with confidence. You got to understand. The Chiefs play with extreme confidence. And that's what it is. Salute, third word. I want to read your comment later. The Chiefs play with supreme confidence. The reason they play with supreme confidence, that's because of Mahomes and the quarterback. The quarterback determines how you're going to win, but the defense is your winning factor, not the offense. The offense is selling tickets. They ain't winning no fucking Super Bowl like that. You got to have defense to win. Your offense got to apply itself to the next level. Yeah, but I'm picking the 49ers anyway because of Garoppolo. Injuries don't matter. It's who shows up. I don't trust the Rams. Rams is a shit team with that quarterback. That quarterback's not winning no Super Bowl. Not like that. Can't handle the lights. He makes too many fucking mistakes. That's why I say F Matthew Stafford and the Rams. They ain't going nowhere. Their confidence level is terrible. They couldn't even beat Brady straight up. They let Brady back in the game. That's a weakness. And you know what the 49ers do, right? They're going to dismantle this shit. He gets bit because Patrick Mahomes is that dude. Once again, Bills choked the last night, even though I don't blame the coach. I disagree with that. No, the Bills are just the Bills, man. This ain't got nothing to do with that. No, Josh Allen's good. The problem with the Bills is mediocre. They just have a great quarterback, above average defense. They're just the Bills. They're cursed. It's just like, I'll give you an example. The Bills is just like any other team. They just can't win one. It's just what it is. The Bills are just not that team. The Chiefs are good. I agree with you on the Chiefs, but the Chiefs defense is trash. And the Bengals, I got the Bengals in an upset because Patrick Mahomes, we've seen that type of Super Bowl. The media wants the 49ers and the Bengals from the 80s. If you studied the 80s, they was in a Super Bowl or something like that. I'm not sure, but that's some wild shit. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like the Titans game. They're gonna slow them down because Bengals got good defense. They ain't trusting no Tyreek Hill like that. They're gonna put pressure on two guys, Kelsey and Hill. So Mahomes gonna have to throw it to his guys that has to catch weird like that. So he's got to throw those passes. It's unbelievable to beat the Bengals, but Burrow's gonna throw shots. So it's gonna be a lot of running and passing in that game. 49ers is gonna be a passing game. Yeah, I give you that. Running, wow. Yeah, the Bills are just snake bitten. Yeah, that's all it is. It ain't got nothing to do with that. The Bills are just the Bills, man. I've always knew that about the Bills, and I don't hate them for that. That's just who they are. Yeah, they'll try to smother the Chiefs. That's what they're trying to do. They ain't trying to kill them. They're trying to smother. The Chiefs are not bad. It's just they're a tough team to beat in Arrowhead. Cincinnati don't need a home field advantage. They come and beat you. See, that's a respectable team. Imagine them be number one next year. A lot of people's gonna pick the Chiefs. I respect that. I thought the same way, but in my mind, now it could be an upset. I'm telling you, that organization, whoever's on that Bengals is genius, man. Probably them damn people from 49ers, man. Genius. Most people want to see Chiefs and Rams. That ain't gonna happen. That's what a fan would say. If you're a spectator and the person knows knowledge of the game, it's gonna be 49ers and the Bengals. They're like the 80s. Them games is gonna be interesting. Because the 49ers, they can get another Super Bowl. I see them getting another Super Bowl with Garoppolo. Since Brady's out, they got the 49ers. That's the best team. Besides the Buccaneers. Rams, hell no. They're snake bitten. They went back to LA. They can't win in LA. They're cursed. They already won one in St. Louis, but they're cursed. They're not winning another championship. Nobody likes the Rams, man. LA Rams is trash, man. They just got a sorry quarterback that's overrated. He had to show me what he did in Detroit. He said, it's Detroit. No, it's him too. He was trash too. He had moments that make that team better. It carries over when you play to the next team. Players don't shrug that shit off. Look at Tannehill. Tannehill did the same thing. They beat Patrick Mahomes, yeah. That's the upset. Yeah, that's Cincinnati. Cincinnati's good. But I'm not a Cincinnati Bengals fan. I don't fuck with Cincy like that. But Cincy surprised me. When they beat that Titans team, that's not fair. And I blame Tannehill Not the head coach and defense. I blame the quarterback. His confidence went there. He threw a pick six, and when I saw that shit, I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "Damn." See, that's why I'm not a Titans fan. That's a weird ass team, man. That's always gonna be the Houston Oilers to me. They play like the Oilers, man. Back in the day, they're the same. Despite Eddie George and Steve McNair, when I seen them live, they're a good team. They just wasn't it, man. Yeah, that's that Miami shit. He used to play like that in Miami. Tannehill wasn't all that. He is what he is. It don't belong in Nashville. It don't belong on that team. It's a bad fit. Titans always get the weirdest quarterbacks, and they shit the bed, like the Rona said. Bills is not the same. You can't compare them to the Bills. The Bills just cursed. Buffalo's not that team, man. Josh Allen's a great quarterback. He can go somewhere else and lead the Bills. That can happen. Josh Allen don't have to struggle like that. He got to stay with him for some years, but if I was Josh Allen, I'd go somewhere else. Because Bills will never win a championship. Yeah, unfortunately, they're the Bills. Bills going to be the Bills. A lot of people going to blame the front office and the coach. No, it's just the Bills. They just suck. The Bills is not a team I would trust. You know? Let me tell you something. I don't hate them that bad. I'm neutral in the playoffs, but they just they've always been heartbreak. He said Pat Mahomes is better plus his ear now, but the Bengals definitely got it. Yeah, it's true, but Pat Mahomes, what's hurting him back is fucking Andy Reid. I respect Pat Mahomes. His dad was a great pitcher and everything for the Twins. Shouts out to his pops. But that team he's playing with is trash. I'm sorry. I love his offensive line, but their defense is trash. Joe Burrow's the future too. It's gonna be Burrow and Mahomes in the AFC. My father said this yesterday. Yeah, it's true. I didn't like how since he got Burrow, but what he did to the Titans, you can't. If you sack a quarterback too many times, you're supposed to win the fucking game. And this is why Joe Burrow picked them apart. But it's gonna be interesting what he's gonna do at Arrowhead because they did beat him in the regular season. So since he ain't playing with these boys, they're gonna have to take him seriously. See, the thing about Kansas City, God understand, Kansas City played with confidence, extreme confidence. To beat Kansas City, you got to beat them up early, like you did with the Buccaneers. That's the secret because the Rams, if they watch that Rams game, you see how they did Tom Brady. You can't do that with Pat Mahomes. Yeah, but that ain't gonna happen. That's a fan perspective. I don't believe that. The Rams is trash. I pick the Chiefs before I pick the Rams. Fuck the Rams. I pick the 49ers. It's gonna be the 49ers. 49ers is a better team. A lot of people say, is injury? No. Garoppolo will pick them apart. He's a Patriot. Think about it. It's the Parcells shit. How he teach those quarterbacks. What they're gonna do is he gonna pick them apart. Matthew Stafford is not ready for the lights, bro. He's gonna get washed. And I'm gonna be laughing when people pick the Rams. They're not winning the Super Bowl. I don't see that. Media's gonna pick the 49ers or the Bengals or the Chiefs. One of them three. Rams just suck, man. I respect their defense. It's just like Denver, man. Like when you get a shitty quarterback from Detroit, come on, man. Rams took another L, man. I'm not impressed. It's gonna be the same shit I've seen all the time. This is why they let Tom Brady back in the games. That's a weakness. That's a good game, but the Chiefs and the Bills was a great game. That's the game of the year. I'm not giving that to the Rams. No, you fucked up. You let Tom Brady use the officials on you, and it's just what it is. He said, if so, will the Bucks look like that next year? No. I don't think he may retire. He may surprise us. He has no choice. I wouldn't say he'll stay with the Bucks. Tampa Bay will be fine. They got solid pieces. I'll keep him. He's a lot of money. But most people would pick the Chiefs and Rams. That's a fan perspective. Most people believe that. I don't believe that. I got to see the game first to see who's a better team, and I'll tell you the weaknesses. The problem with me picking the Rams is quarterback. Garoppolo's been to the Super Bowl. A lot of people say he choked. No, he didn't. It was his first time. He goes back again and get a rematch from Pat Mahomes. It's gonna be Mahomes and Garoppolo. If that don't happen, he's got to go against Joe Burrow. Don't be surprised because that's a weird thing. I wouldn't say that. The Bucks would have definitely won. He said would definitely won, but that game would have the momentum swing in their favor. Yeah, by the refs, by the penalties, by the Rams. Rams getting too much penalty trouble. So if they play against the 49ers, it's the same shit. I know how they gonna stop their offense. Matt ain't ready. He ain't ready. I don't see Matt taking them over the hill. He don't have the confidence level. He's gonna throw a lot of pick sixes in the first 2 quarters. He's gonna be looking stupid. They defense, Miller, what's his name? Miller, right? Von Miller's gonna have to help them to beat the 49ers. The trick with the Rams, they need a defense that game. They don't need a quarterback. The defense got to do all the dirty work. The only way to beat them. 49ers all around team. They play like the Bengals, despite the injuries. But Garoppolo's been there. Shanahan's gonna trick him. If Matt does a dumb pass, they're gonna pick him off. You can't trust the Shanahans. I don't even like the 49ers. I'm just saying this, and I can't stand them with a passion, but at least they're going to do something. A lot of people ain't going to like the 49ers because the reason they ain't picking them because they don't like Garoppolo. That's what it is. They don't like the organization. I get it. You know, both don't be surprised if they beat the Rams. It's going to be an upset. It's going to be an upset conference championship because I guess the way how we saw the divisional playoffs, wild card upsets, this is going to be an interesting year because the NFL, you can't just bet on it. You got to see it first. He's a good wide receiver. He's the best receiver in the league. In the last 2 plays, set up arms, Rams winning the field goal. Yeah, Cooper is good. He's always good. But if I was Cooper, I would look at Matthew Stafford again. He haven't been into the Super Bowl. I don't trust him. You got good receivers, good running, great defense, but the quarterback is trash. I've yet to see him do unbelievable shit. Because, see, Pat Mahomes brings everybody together. See, he'll kill them in speed. Chiefs can win that Super Bowl easy because nobody wants to see that Super Bowl, to be honest with you. They'll love it, but deep down, they hate that Super Bowl. They want some competitors this time. The last Super Bowl, Brady did that high scoring, and people just leave the fucking stadium. Bengals and 49ers goes back to the 80s once again. And I picked the 49ers beat the Bengals. But hey, man, it's weird like that. I gotta see what the Bengals and Chiefs gonna do. That's a 3 o'clock game too next Sunday. But for me, I just picked the 49ers over the Rams because it makes sense, man. Like Garoppolo, like I say, it's the injuries. Nah, the 49ers is decent. They don't need all that. Garoppolo has to make the pieces work. And their defense is good on the 49ers. A lot of people forget 49ers is not bad. They nothing to play with. People laugh at the 49ers. Oh, they ain't gonna do this and that. Shit, they'll go to the Super Bowl on your ass. Saw what they did to the last round against Green Bay. And the 49ers won the wild card. So yeah, Green Bay fucked up and gave them the game. Yeah, he's got good throws. Yeah, Cooper's good, but I'll never trust Matthew Stafford going to the Super Bowl. Hell no, I'll never pick the Rams because of that. He's a failure, man. Let's go on to General. Hell, Great Skull. Oh, hell, Great Skull. I'll never pick guys like that. I see why y'all pick the Rams because the defense. A lot of people think it's off. No, y'all picking the Rams because the defense. I respect that. If you picking Von Miller defense, what's his name, Arnold, Donovan, I respect that. I see that. Defense, Like I said, wins the championship, wins the Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah. I see why y'all picked the Rams because it's understandable. I think Wacky said that in my stream. Yeah, Rams is believable, but their quarterback is trash. He ain't ready for them lights, man. Once he get hit, it's over. Can he deal with that? See, Garoppolo showed me something years back. So the 49ers is a good pick for me because I feel like the 49ers has a better shot than the Rams because they are quiet. They got to play the villain side. See, y'all want the hero side. Y'all want the Rams. No, they're not villains. They're fucking heroes. They're clowns. You just beat a villain, Tom Brady. What do you think the 49ers is? They villains. Nobody likes the 49ers. I get it. And I'm not a 49ers fan. I don't even care for them or whatever. But that Garoppolo is from a Patriot. They made a meme about Tom Brady. And they put Tom Brady's picture. He said, all right, if I can't win, my boy Garoppolo. And they put a Patriot jersey number 10. They low down. It was a meme somewhere on YouTube. And that's low down. That's low down. That's one Patriot in the conference championship, and the other Patriot got knocked out in the divisional playoff. Ain't that something? And then another Patriot, he's a coach for the Titans, got knocked out by the Bengals, right? So you only got but 3 Patriots knocked out in the playoffs except for one. That's gonna be some crazy shit. But if y'all expect 4 Patriots to get out, no, y'all got 3, but y'all ain't getting 4. Because Garoppolo been to the Super Bowl. That'd be funny if Garoppolo wins this shit, man. And I ain't bigging him up like that. I'm not a fanatic of him. That's the media's pick, but somebody's gonna be betting and robbing that game because I already know what those two teams is gonna be like. When you talk about Garoppolo, man, I watch how he came along. See, and the people that picked the Chiefs, I understand Pat Mahomes been to the Super Bowl, he won one, and the offense, but their head coach not so much. But Cincinnati's a good pick for me. The reason I'm calling that an upset, don't be surprised if Joe Burrow gets more touchdowns. If you put pressure on the Chiefs, they win the game. Now you got to see if San Francisco and the Rams will do it. Now the Rams, I don't want to say Rams and Bengals because that wouldn't be no game. That'd be funny if Joe Burrow beats the Rams, Bengals beat the Rams. That'd be some wild shit. That would be a wild ass Super Bowl. That'd be a wild ass Super Bowl. I just thought about that too. What if Matthew Stafford proves he can go to the Super Bowl but lose to Joe Burrow? That's a cheat code. I was thinking about the Bills and the Bengals, right? So this is my dad. That's the only way Joe Burrow's gonna beat them. Because you got 2 inexperienced quarterbacks, but you got both experienced defense. But one of them's been to the Super Bowl. That's the Rams. That's their advantage, is defense. But this motherfucker upset these motherfuckers. Oh, I'm gonna laugh. Since he got it, Cincinnati's a nightmare, man. Baltimore's gonna be on the tail end behind them. It's gonna be Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. That division's tough. If Cincy's tough, Joe Burrow, that's a nightmare, man. Nobody wants to play Cincy. You make them a scary team like that, that front office is something else, man. I'm telling you. Most people should pick the 49ers to win that game because if you pick the Rams, they're going to get washed in the Super Bowl by both of them teams. I'm just saying, I don't trust the Rams that much. I'm sorry. Their head coach is fucking overrated. Period. He choked against the Patriots. I can't respect a guy like that. Can't. That was payback from the Super Bowl. Y'all do know that, right? How they beat Brady. They won't do that again next Sunday. No, they ain't gonna do that again because that jet lag is gonna fuck them up. They'll be ready, but they're not beating the 49ers. 49ers is ready for them. They're already scouting. They're gonna shut down motherfuckers like Stafford. They're gonna have to run the ball, man. If I was the Rams, I'd run the ball. Because they're gonna cover Cooper Cup. They're gonna cover his ass. They're gonna treat him like what's his name, Tyreek Hill. See the Rams and the Chiefs is a speed game. That's what y'all want, but that ain't gonna happen. See, media and politics ruin everything. The officials, they're gonna cheat for the other teams. So I'm tell you something that I know, man. In pro sports, they do this shit. If I find out the 49ers, the Bengals in the Super Bowl, or the Chiefs, they don't want it the same. They want it balanced. That's just how the NFL is, man. The NBA is different. And I think me and Hannibal discussed this about that. Let's get into it. The Bucks, I see them going back. I see the Suns going back. Warriors, not so much. Lakers, not so much. Like I said, playoffs is going to be different this year. They said they can't maintain it. No, they're going to maintain it. The trick is what the trades are going to look like. So I'm saying the trades make a difference. A lot of people say they don't. Yes, they do. Trading Westbrook won't solve nothing. AD, yes, he's injury prone. Problem with him is that big contract. So Lakers are stuck what they got. They ain't going nowhere. LeBron doesn't want to get eliminated first round twice. Tell y'all something I know. I just know LeBron. LeBron's petty. He'll come back next year and be good. So what it is, man. Brooklyn's not going nowhere. Only teams I see in the East is Chicago, Cleveland. I'll say Philadelphia, Milwaukee. Well, actually, Milwaukee's number one. Philly. I see the Knicks. I see the Bulls. I see the Cavaliers. Probably Pacers. It's a handful of teams in the East. I got to see my standings on that one. Those teams is usually good. The East is solid. West is too. You got the Suns, Warriors, Mavericks, Nuggets, Jazz, Utah Jazz. You got your Lakers, of course. Yeah, man, the West is kind of up and down for me. It's wide open on both coasts. It's kind of like the 2000s all over again. But Giannis is that man. Now they got an intimidating factor. Since LeBron left, Giannis is that man. He ain't going nowhere. He looking for another ring. Yeah. I see people why they picked the Rams and the Chiefs. I used to say that if the Bengals didn't play against the Titans, if the Titans would have won, it'd have been whoever. Didn't work out that way. A lot of upsets. This is probably the most upset playoffs I've seen in NFL history. Probably my favorite. That's the best I've ever seen, man. A lot of people think it's gonna be Chiefs and Rams. I don't see that, man. I don't see that. That's a high scoring game. People want to see that. That's a dream. That's a dream championship bowl. I just don't see that, man. Because I don't trust neither one of them. I trust Patrick Mahomes, but I trust LA. Yeah, that's a whole nother worms, man. But Pat Mahomes, people go pick Pat Mahomes because they've won it before. So let's understand. But the Rams, y'all pick the Rams based off defense. Let's not cap here. Matthew Stafford ain't ready, man. I just don't see it. Not with the 49ers. They'll destroy him, man. He'll get sacked about 3 times. He'll throw an interception. Because every time you get hit, it's over. I tell you, they're not ready, man. Every quarterback is not great, man. That's why the NFL determines who's the best, who's not. See, the media's going to look at you. Put the lights on your ass. Are you ready? See, Super Bowl's different. Say the Sixers not going to trade Ben Simmons till the offseason. Well, they could trade to him. They could trade him in the season. They was going to trade him last year's offseason. The problem with the 76ers, They can trade him. It's just what team is going to go for it. I see Houston. I see them trade for him. But he ain't going no damn Lakers. I'm tell you that right now. That ain't gonna happen. They don't want that Russell Westbrook contract. I know Juan G's ain't gonna be happy about that. After that flop season, he had the game at their home. Yeah, he did it on purpose. Yeah, he. Like I said, third he may go to the Raiders or the Broncos, two rival teams, or some people say the Saints. That's what Sean Payton's doing right now. Sean Payton's not resigning the coach's job. He's not signing. He's not signing. He's not signing. But they lost the sunny, hot California weather team. Yeah, yeah, he is dumb. Also, delay. He said that's what they're saying. Yeah, I know what they're saying. The problem is they could trade him. They just saying that. You can't go by what they're saying now. You gotta go by how they're gonna produce a better team. They could trade him. Even if he loses them millions. He's dumb, but on read Third's comment. Once the NBA season's over, that nigga is done. Yeah, he is done. He can't produce nothing. He can't produce anything. So yeah, something wrong with that. What's going on, Mike V? Yeah, but Ben Simmons, man, he's terrible. He's tradable, but but if they trade him for cheap, god damn, I had a delay. If y'all would have noticed, I had a delay. I had to reset my shit. So, like I said, man, Ben Simmons, he could get traded. They'll probably talk if he wants more money or not, but he's dumb. He's got confidence issues. I don't see the Sixers coming back. Yeah, exactly. He is dumb. He'll be out the league. He'll be out the league. I will see him be out the league in probably next year. Probably next year. Okay, cameras off. Yeah, but yeah, I get what Hannibal's saying. Yeah, that's what they're saying now, but you can't go by that. I study the NBA. Trust me. They gonna get him, and they're gonna talk to him about that bullshit. The only team that can save him can't be the Lakers. There's certain teams that save him. If he went to the Spurs, that'd be a good team for him. Until stop that bullshit and go back to playing basketball, they'll give you your money back. Even if he lost 10 minutes. It's like Josh Smith from the Atlanta Hawks. Well, to be fair, yes. That's a good accurate statement, Hannibal. Josh Smith, I remember that nigga was a dunker. Now I forgot what happened to him. He fell out in the NBA. He um he went to free agency. That nigga just really fell off. Yeah, they both can't shoot. But here's the thing about Josh Smith, and I'm glad you brought him up. I'm glad you brought him up because I remember him. I used to like him as a dunker. This wasn't about shooting threes. Him. This nigga was just was just wild. And I forget what happened to him in the NBA. He went on several teams. I was watching some dunk highlights on YouTube. Yeah, kicked him out of the league. Yeah. And he fell off. And after that, he was in and out in the league. And next thing you know, he fell flat on the earth. They didn't pick him up. Josh Smith. I saw him in the video game in NBA 2K17. That nigga fell off, man. He was a free agent. If you play the career mode, if you ever saw him in the free agency list, that nigga was on the bottom, man. Brady. They did him dirty. He was something else when he came in the league. See them niggas like that, they don't last. Ben Simmons the same way. He became a bust to me over time. Or all star. I can't even call him a bust or all star. He just fell out the league. He was an all star, but I wouldn't call him a bust. Because Kwame Brown wasn't an all star. He's a bust. But your boy, Ben Simmons, claimed to be an all star. That's just weird. I don't know. Niggas fell out. Yeah, man. Had a solid room today after that freeze up. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about, man. I know people's talking about the game. Mace, Ronan, Third Ward, I am listening, Pastor, Hannibal. Yeah, shouts out to everybody that came through. Mike V, Juan G's. Yeah. He played for Houston and played PG because James Harden had a terrible game. Yeah. I remember Josh Smith. Yeah. That nigga was something else, man. I tell you, I like Houston to some degree, but that nigga, yeah. That's sad, man. That's the NBA for you, man. The NBA, I haven't watched some games lately, but I got to catch up and see what's going on. Might catch one tonight. Might catch one Tuesday night. I might catch one Tuesday night. I might catch TNT. I always watch TNT. I want to see who's playing on TNT because I always watch them shits. Because I don't be on streams on panels on Tuesday nights like that. Less is serious and shit. Yeah, man. But shouts out to everybody. Yeah, it's been an hour, so let me get this shit charged up. Yeah. Y'all have a good morning. All right, y'all. I want to say peace and shalom. Oh, hell. Let's go. I'm out.